played Need for Speed Heat, only 9 months after its initial release date, via EA Access for $5, a month with a recurring subscription that's already been canceled. But the last time I played a Need for Speed game, heavily played, was 10 years ago with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and then I played Most Wanted, but I didn't fully, sink my teeth into that game. That was like, what, 7 years ago? So it's been a long time since I've been involved with the Need for Speed franchise, and I'll just give you my thoughts on Need for Speed Heat. So we'll just go with some of the things I just dislike with the game right out the gates. The first thing is this kind of pseudo open world, it's just not really well executed, and the only reason why I don't like it because it kind of harms the multiplayer, because the multiplayer on this game is really weak. It doesn't even take me playing it that long to realize that. Maybe it's because it's been 9 months and the game's kind of dead, and when I say kind of dead, I mean they did cut off support for this game when it comes to updates and all that just a couple months ago before I even got my subscription, and they're having some internal issues with their dev team at Ghost, so I could confidently say this game is kind of dead online right now. And other things I didn't like, it was just poor scaling with the AI when you first started playing, because with your starter car and all that, and the night race, they were just really pointless when you first started playing. I just wouldn't recommend them at all. But then the AI scaling is poor, because once your car is fast enough, it's just way too easy. Or you could just cheese the AI cop. So it's just bad game design all around, at the beginning and at the end. And we can just talk about some things I like too. 'Cause there's one more thing I dislike that I'll harp on really heavily later, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Things I do like though is the car customization when it comes to performance and the visuals. It's really good. They also had some quality of life changes, like when it comes to a car's customizable rating and all that. I don't know why they had. Well, I know why they had the rating, but I don't know why you can't fully customize some of these cars. Maybe it's due to the licensing and all that with these companies. I don't know, but they do have a car customization rating, so you know what you're getting yourself into before you buy it. And the car won't have any extra parts and all that. So I really like that. And when it comes to community customization with the decals and all that, that's really great addition. You even have a good amount of skins to have. It's 14, and if you get a lot of cars, then it wouldn't be that much. But if you have a solid rotation of 5 or maybe 3 to 4, then that's not 2 to 3 skins for each car. So I really like that with the whole online decals community you can make. That's some really good stuff. And yeah, the parts and all that are good. The controls, well, when it comes the way the car is handled, I would say it's good, even though I don't have a full grasp. And maybe it's because I don't have the right setup of parts yet. 'Cause I have all the ultimate parts and all the other parts unlocked, but maybe I just don't have the right setup of parts yet to get the car to handle exactly the way I want it to. And just maybe I'm using the wrong vehicle. So honestly, don't know. So I can't say the controls and the gameplay when it comes to you steering and all that are bad. But yeah, I mean, that's a good step. This is a good step in the right direction. And what else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to what's good in this game, gameplay wise. The handling's good, the customization when it comes to performance and visuals are good. But yeah, that's it. Just a nitpick on the story. It's short. It's just short. You didn't really do that many races. When it comes to actual missions, you did some off-road stuff. You did some sprint races. But yeah, it was really short. You did some stuff with the cops. Really short. I don't have a problem with it either. I mean, it just could have been a bit longer, more gradual. Just a little bit longer. Not ask for much. You may be squeezing, a couple more, those circuit races at the end when you win the Nissan and all that. Just squeeze it maybe 2 to 3 more of those, and I think it would be in a good spot. But the one thing I'm going to harp on the most that I cannot stand and that I just don't get is this game doesn't have any remappable controls, customizable controls. And that may seem small. It may seem small, you being able to fully configure your setup with your car's controls the way you want to, but it's not. And the reason why this is upsetting to me is because in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, a game that came out 10 years ago, they had this, and it worked flawlessly. I loved it. And then, 10 years later, when I pick up this game, they don't have remappable controls. And when I played Most Wanted, after Hot Pursuit that I didn't fully sink my teeth in. My biggest problem with that game is they didn't have remappable controls either. And I don't get why. Why not? Because it's not like they added any new features that would take up, more buttons or space on the controller, so you couldn't have that as an option. You only have one active ability that you trigger with circle, and that's it. Nothing else. So I don't get why you can't have customizable controls, especially in a racing game when control is everything. Like maybe my parts are in a good setup, but I just don't have the right control layout for the car. I don't know. I can't stand for it. I honestly can't. Like this is literally the biggest issue for me because one, again, they had it right 10 years ago, and they haven't added anything new to the point where I would say, well, I can understand why they can't have different or custom controller slash button layouts. I would get that, but they don't. And yeah. And another thing is this game just doesn't have really much going for it. Like the pseudo open world, I mean, it's just not well executed, and it does hurt the multiplayer because again, it's just kind of dead. Like with only the most popular lobby I've been in, I only had like 4 other players, so it'll be 5 if you include me. And I got in some race that had like 8 to 9 players, so that was good, but like it was rare. So yeah, maybe it would have been better if I would have picked up this game around launch, but the game isn't worth $60. I gotta tell this game wouldn't be worth $60. And a quick interjection of something I didn't mention earlier. This game's loading times just aren't the best. They have like 20-second loading times, but hey, at least they're pretty, right? And when you get at high speeds, you get a lot of pop-ins. So yeah, it's just not the best experience, but that's just the age of the consoles. So I mean, yeah, it's a solid step. It's a good step in the right direction, but is it worth 60? Absolutely not. So I'm glad I didn't buy it at launch. I would have been a lot more disappointed, and I kind of am disappointed, with the game only being $5. Me not gonna have any use after this subscription, expires. But we'll just have to see what they do with their next Need for Speed game. Rumored to come out in 2021. It's made by Criterion Games this time around. They made Hot Pursuit. I think they made Most Wanted after the run and all that. So we'll just have to see how that game goes. But honestly, if it doesn't have remappable controls on day one, I'm gonna just skip it because that's just one thing I just can't settle for in racing games where you don't have remappable controls. And the other games have it, and your game had it 10 years ago, but now you don't have it, and you don't have anything new, to excuse not having it when it comes to abilities and things of that nature. So yeah, Need for Speed what's the name of this game? Need for Speed Heat. Need for Speed Heat 6 out of 10, because again, multiplayer is dead because they cut dev support like a couple months ago before I even got the subscription, and the game didn't last a year. And like, I can get why they cut off dev support because of next gen, but they cut it off way too early, and that just shows that the game doesn't have that much going for it at all, really. So yeah, Need for Speed Heat 6 out of 10. I mean, it was worth it for $5, but yeah, I probably won't be playing this game anymore after my subscription expires. And I still got like a week and some change left, and I haven't played the game in a couple of days, honestly. So yeah, solid game, could be better, not trash, not good. But with that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay safe, and I'm out.